when Biden went to Georgia and gave this divisive, hateful, mean-spirited, I mean, even Democrats were like, he went a little too far, speech on voting rights, where he began to compare his critics. And I think he's referring here even to Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. They're segregationists. They're in the George Wallace tradition. I mean, I was thinking to myself, this speech has all the fingerprints of Obama. Where's Obama? Did Obama kind of write this speech or inspire it, or whether it's the Obama gang that concocted it? And then sure enough, like a nasty itch, Obama is right back in the news, echoing Biden. Now, he's doing it in his normal Obama way. Remember, Obama's way is mean-spiritedness drives the whole thing, but it has a certain rhetorical camouflage, and you can almost visually see it in Obama. He always strikes the same. I now find it somewhat comic, but it has a certain, it's like, And he looks to the left, he looks to the right, and he kind of sticks his nose up in the air as if he's about to say something profound. Now, what he says is inevitably banal, but nevertheless, this is the recognizable Obama style. It has all the signature Obama phrases. The world and future generations will be watching. First of all, the world doesn't watch anything. Second of all, future generations aren't alive. They're not going to be watching. But this is just that kind of grandiose rhetoric. And Obama, of course, again, a lot of these phrases. Our democracy isn't a given. Well, it was given to us by the founder. It isn't a given. It isn't self-executing. We have to work at it. And then, of course, he gets to the main point. He goes, essentially, his point is to attack the voter integrity laws. That's what he's after. And he goes, state legislators have passed a variety of laws, quote, now here's it, designed to make voting harder. Well, this is like saying there are all kinds of laws designed to make driving harder, designed to make banking harder, designed to make flying harder. No, not designed to make banking harder. They're designed to make banking more honest. They're not trying to make flying harder. They're trying to make flying safer. So this is the actual rationale, which Obama doesn't really bother to address. It was an attack on everything John Lewis fought for. Now, John Lewis was actually an admirable civil rights activist from the 60s, but over time, the guy became corrupted like so much else in the Democratic Party. He basically became the kind of racketeer that we've come to expect, playing the race card, racial politics all the way, climbing the affirmative action hill. So he lost his heroism a long time ago. Obama attacks the filibuster. He goes, we can't allow it to be used to block efforts to protect our democracy. I also love this kind of royal we. We can't allow. We must do this. We must do that. Who's we? So automatically there's an attempt to appropriate, as if all of America speaks with one voice, and if there are any Americans who fall outside of that, well, they're obviously outside the mainstream. We don't have to listen to. In fact, they become the enemy. Obama concludes, legislation that ensures the right to vote and make sure every vote is counted. And there we go. Every vote is counted. Again, you have to unmask this rhetoric. With Obama, you always have to pay careful attention because there's always a con that's going down and you have to catch it. It's kind of like watching a magician. You have to go, wait a second. This is how you're pulling this off. And so make sure every vote is counted has no reference here to make sure that the people who are voting are supposed to be voting, that they're eligible voters, that they are legitimate voters. We make sure every vote is counted. It's kind of like, make sure every traveler who shows up at the airport can get on the plane. Make sure everybody who shows up at the bank can withdraw money. Never mind if they're who they say they are. Never mind if it's actually their bank account. Make sure that everyone can do banking. So this is the fraudulence of Obama. Now, what exposes this guy as a total hypocrite is that when he first ran for office in 1996, he was able to disqualify all his primary opponents. You know how? By challenging their petition signatures. By showing that these petition signatures were not valid, he was able to match them up against signatures and say, listen, disqualify this guy, disqualify that guy. And so you had people sometimes on very technical grounds. In some cases, people printed their name instead of writing it out. In some cases, a female voter got married, and she had registered to vote under her maiden name, but now she signed a married name. Boom, out goes the signature. There's no match. So what Obama did is not only was he able to disqualify his opponents, but Alice Palmer, who was the incumbent state senator, herself failed to qualify. So Obama essentially won the election, won in quotation marks, by removing all his primary opponents, and he did it exactly by challenging the authenticity of voter signatures and petition signatures. So here's a guy he knows full well that this is a tool that he could use in order to prevail. So he's for it when it benefits him, and he's against it when it seems to work against him. This is the quintessential con man, Barack Hussein Obama.